welcome to Plants to the Rescue, and it's been a minute since I did a video. I am headed out to a holiday function tonight. We're going to see the Boston Pops, and if you're not from Massachusetts, you might not even know what that is, but it is an orchestra that is performing wonderful Christmas music, and I hear that Santa Claus is going to be there tonight, so I don't normally wear red lipstick and all this, but it's for a reason, so it's for a good cause. Anyways, I entitled this video, Compliant During Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving? Wow, my New England's really coming out. Anyways, compliant during Thanksgiving, smashed it or trashed it. Which do you think I did? Well, the truth is somewhere in between. So I'm going to keep this really, really quick because I am trying to get out the door. I'll make a lot longer video soon. And if you hear the shower and Christmas music in the background, it's because my son is in the shower singing Christmas carols louder than anything. So I apologize for any background noise. But on to whether I smashed it or trashed it. It's definitely in the middle, at least in my view. And I'm going to say, I'm going to say that I smashed it more than I trashed it. The holidays are hard. They are super hard. And I gotta say that I probably did better this year than I've ever done in any holiday past. So I'm happy with myself. I'm proud of myself. I do not have a scale at home anymore. And I did that for a reason. I threw my scale out. And if you don't know why, scroll down and there's a video about me throwing my scale out. Go watch that video. But I felt like, long story short, the scale was a hindrance to my weight loss and just my overall mental health on this whole plant-based journey at this point. Very valuable tool at the beginning of my journey, but since I've lost 190 pounds, not quite as valuable and kind of just screws with me and plays head games. But I didn't want to get rid of the scale like forever. Obviously, if I have doctor's appointments, I'm going to let them weigh me, and I'm fine with them telling me what my weight is. Actually, I want them to tell me what my weight is because it's an important tool. It's just not the most important tool at this stage of the game. But I did weigh myself at the gym the day before I went to my parents' house for a 3-day holiday weekend. And I weighed myself and I was still on target with where I had been. And I used to weigh 340 pounds. I now weigh about 150 pounds, give or take a pound or two, depending on, hormones, sodium, blah, 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 blah. But right around 150 pounds. And I weighed myself before I went, and then I weighed myself when I got back. I think it was like 2 days after I got back because I knew it wouldn't even show up that first day. And I am up 5 pounds, which is kind of typical for me anyways. I usually do gain about 5 pounds on every stinking holiday, and after years and years, that 5 pounds definitely added up. Plus, I wasn't just gaining on the holidays. But even since I lost a tremendous amount of weight, I do normally gain about 5 pounds during the holidays. And so that was not a big shock to me. Do I think it'll be off in a couple of days? It might even be off now. I don't know. I will not weigh myself again till directly before Christmas, and then I'll weigh in again like 2 days after Christmas to try to just figure out where I am. And then I probably won't get on the scale again until around Easter. And I like that a lot more than weighing in weekly. I like that a lot more than I was starting to weigh in daily. I was losing my mind over very minuscule fluctuations, and I knew I was in trouble with my mental health when I started doing that. So, what do I think about the 5 pound weight gain, and where did it come from? Well, I can 100% tell you where it came from. Nuts and dates. That's where it came from. So what did we eat for Thanksgiving? We remained 100% sugar-free and oil-free, and that we're super psyched about. I think this is probably the second holiday that we've done and remained compliant and sugar and oil-free. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm feeling good about it. I definitely still struggled with overeating. So what did we eat? We made Thanksgiving egg rolls. I made mashed potatoes. My son loves mashed potatoes. We love mashed potatoes, and I made them without any butter or anything like that. Oil-free. fat-free mashed potatoes, and they were delicious. And I made a delicious Neil Barnard gravy for that, and that was delicious. And we made a stuffing. I don't remember whose recipe the stuffing was. Oh, yes, I do. It was Forks Over Knives. It's the Forks Over Knives, and I didn't really like it that much. So on that Forks Over Knives recipe, I need to find, if you know of a good stuffing recipe, leave it in the comments below, because it was okay. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. But we did put the mashed potatoes in the stuffing inside some oil-free vegan egg roll wrappers. And I air fried those up, and I made a dipping sauce. That was from Shane and Simple. And it was actually a cranberry sauce that I ended up blitzing in the Vitamix that made it smooth, completely smooth, and more like a dipping sauce than a cranberry sauce. Oh my goodness. I could have taken a bath in that cranberry dipping sauce. It was so good. My husband loved it. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of that. And we had a huge tossed salad. I made a 1, 2, 3 type salad dressing. It was just with a little bit of maple syrup, some mustard, and some balsamic vinegar, and some Italian seasoning. It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And I did not partake in, so I was the only vegan other than my husband and my son, and we had extended family together. And I was the only vegan, definitely the only whole food plant-based vegan. There was so much oil, sugar, dairy, you name it, around us. It was everywhere. I've been a vegan for 12 years, so it is not difficult for me to stay away from animal products of any kind. It is not an issue for me. What is an issue for me is when my loving parents bought me vegan fudge and vegan chocolate and all of that stuff. That's where things get a little tricky, but I did not have any of it. And once again, reiterated that I am on an oil-free, sugar-free diet. And I say all the time, do not worry about me when it comes to food. I will take care of my own food. I always do an Instacart order before I arrive to my parents' house, which is in another state. And I always do an Instacart order. I get, whatever I want to drink, and I get extra. I got pomegranates and I got apples and all kinds of fruit delivered to the house, just for snacking purposes. And I bought those Rhythm beet chips that are naked. There's no anything, not even salt or oil. So I was snacking on those when I wanted something crunchy, and I was snacking on apples and pomegranates when I wanted something sweet, and it was in between meals. But yeah, I definitely did overeat. I did. And I knew that I did, and I knew that I was, and I enjoyed every bit of it. For dessert, I don't know who the recipe was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if I remember, I'll put it in the comments below. I made a pumpkin cheesecake that was oil-free and sugar-free. It was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And yeah, me and my husband definitely polished that sucker off in a couple of days. It was really, really good. It was probably too good. But I have a lot of theories on this. Like, I don't know. This is the long haul for me. This is forever lifestyle for me. So I don't feel that bad about it. I know that 5 pounds that I gained, some of it had extra sodium, probably. Yeah, because definitely I used regular veggie broth to make my stuffing, and there was salt in the mashed potatoes and stuff. So some of it, that weight gain that I did see on the scale, might be a little bit of sodium, and definitely some of the richness from the nuts and the dates. And I accept that. I understand that. And I've done this before, and I know that in a couple of days it'll be off, because I went right back to working out. I went right back to running, and I went right back to lots of veggies, lots of whole grains, and back to my regular diet. And I didn't miss a beat. And if I had indulged in a little bit of sugar and a little bit of oil, I really don't think it would be as easy to return back to my diet. I actually know from past experiences it would not be as easy to return back to my diet. So I hate calling it a diet. When I say diet, I don't mean that as a diet or weight reduction diet. I just mean as a diet is what you eat for food. So going back to my regular foods was easy peasy. It was no problem. I'm not experiencing any super crazy cravings or anything like that. I was happy to come home and eat my potatoes and eat my broccoli and my veggies and my I call it garbage soup when I take everything from my fridge and make a great soup out of whatever I've got in there. I was super happy to go back to it. And in a minute, I'm going to get off of here and make sure to have some of my soup before I head out tonight. So did I smash it or did I trash it? Like I said, somewhere in the middle. There's still a food addict that lives inside of me. And I can overeat. I can overeat on bananas. I can overeat on apples. It is something that I definitely struggle with. And, I was hugely obese for an enormous part of my adult life. So this is still a struggle, and it's something that I need to pay attention to and be careful about and be accountable to. And I'm accountable to myself. These video journals, these video diaries are really for me. If they help somebody else in the process, I'm absolutely thrilled about that. And I want to take you along on my journey, but they are for me to keep me on track. Next holiday, 3.5 weeks away, I have my birthday on December 22nd, which I am making a raw carrot cake for. And I have Christmas again with my family in another state. We're doing the same thing all over again, and we always eat Italian for Christmas. I am going to make whole food plant-based, as much whole food plant-based as I possibly can. No sugar, no oil, stuffed shells, a giant salad, and I'm making a raw tiramisu dessert. And I can tell you, I'm probably going to struggle again. And I love the holidays. I don't want to eat just potatoes and Brussels sprouts for the holidays. I don't, and I'm not going to. I also want this way of eating to look appealing to the people that are dying of lifestyle diseases that are in my family. If I was to show up with just a potato on my plate and some broccoli, and I was to take part in the family meal, and this is what I was eating, a plain potato and some broccoli. There are people that are suffering in my family from serious lifestyle diseases. I do not want, that is not attractive to them. I do not want that to be their idea of what a whole food plant-based diet is. Not that there's anything wrong with eating that way, because there isn't, and that's the majority of how I eat day to day. Sorry for the noise in the background. My husband's playing a video game in the background, and he's being really loud with the controller. Say hey, Sean.
Hello.
So I do apologize for that. Anyways, there is nothing wrong with eating super, super plain. And if that strategy works for you for the holidays when you go to a family member's house, if that works for you, keep doing it. It wouldn't work for me in my situation, and I very much look forward to the holidays. And I very much look forward to including nuts and dates. About once a month we have a major holiday, or once every 2 months we have a major holiday. I have become very comfortable with including them for one day and then going back to the way that I normally eat. Yes, I do overeat in them, and I'm being fully transparent with you. But if I do not include sugar and I do not include oil, I do not struggle going directly back to my plainer foods. So that's where I am at. Did I trash it? Did I smash it? I'll let you be the judge of that. And I for myself, which honestly, the person that I'm most accountable to and the person that I need to listen to the most is myself. For me, it is still somewhere in the middle. I smashed it as far as remaining oil-free and sugar-free. I trashed it because I still ate past full. So trying to find that sweet spot. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to go have my garbage soup right now and head out for the holidays. I hope that this video finds you happy, healthy, and well. And next Saturday, I will do another video on, who knows, some subject. Probably a lot to do with the holidays right now, because they are upon us. If there's anything you'd like me to talk about in regards to losing 190 pounds on a whole food plant-based diet, please leave me any questions, as long as they're appropriate, in the comment section, and I will consider answering your questions in an upcoming video. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.